So we're on our way from Pulau, Langawan, early morning, before sunrise. And that's Pulau, Langawan over there. And we anchored there for the night. We came in the dark. Wasn't very appealing, but it was a pretty good anchorage. It was an easy approach. Depths were very, predictable as we came in. And once we got into about 15 meters of water, I dropped the pick, and I thought I was anchoring sort of in the middle of the channel there, but no, I wasn't. I was actually quite close to the beach. So yeah, nighttime depths can be quite deceptive. So we've got 37 nautical miles to go to our destination today. We're heading up towards Mendina Bay at the northwest tip of Lombok. We're going to catch up with a mate we haven't seen for a couple of years, a guy we sailed around far north Queensland with a few years back. Really nice guy, Bruce on Astrid. And we're going to go and catch up with him. He's going to be there today, and we're also going to take a marina berth for a couple of nights in there, what they call the marina berth. Basically it's just a floating dock. It's sheltered from three sides naturally. It doesn't have protection from the north, but I don't think north will be a problem anyway. We're going to go and take a marina berth. We're going to go and chill. Because it's Lombok, I'm hoping there's a bit of tourism, maybe get a massage. That'd be amazing. I need one, and I know Tan does. And that's the plan for today. So we'll be hugging the coast, the north coast of Lombok all the way pretty much. So I don't expect us to see conditions like we saw yesterday out in the strait between Lombok and Sumbawa. Yeah, that was an exciting day. I was pretty full on, pretty busy most of the day. Those winds were up around the 25 to 30 knots between just squall after squall after squall. We were so busy. So we've just entered into a fishing net maze here. We're heading further out offshore now, trying to avoid all this. There's just little tiny boats everywhere, little floats everywhere. It's hard to know where the nets are and who's strung between what. It's just a mess, and it goes miles out to sea. Not quite sure how we're going to navigate around all this. It took us about 40 minutes to thread our way through all that. We've stood off a little bit further offshore, and I don't see, well, I see more net boats, but they're all closer inshore. We're just going to have to watch for them. They pop up really quickly. They're such small boats, they've got very low water lines, and they lay their nets out sometimes with a flag, sometimes without, and the nets themselves have little floats on them, but you don't see that until you're maybe less than 100 meters, probably 50 meters away. You can't see the little floats. So if they haven't got a flag on the float at the end of their net, it can be really difficult to tell whether they're just handline fishing for tuna, which a lot of people do, or whether they've got a net out. And there's so much rubbish floating on the water that you don't know which one's their float and which one's a piece of rubbish. It's challenging here for sure. You've got to bring your A game. You've got to pay attention. There's no time when you can just sit back and go, oh, this is easy, just cruise another 30 miles or read a book. You just can't do that. We're getting quite a treat here. Mendina Bay has just come into view, and we're passing another Aussie powerboat who I spoke to on the radio. It was amazing to be able to talk to someone about, yeah, let's go port to port, you know, like, rather than just have crazy no rules. Yeah, I do prefer being able to talk to another boat and decide a safe plan. But in the distance I can see all the yachts there at Mendina Bay, and looks like there's 10 boats there at least. So I hope there's spare moorings. If not, I guess we'll be anchored in deep water further out. So we picked up the last yellow mooring here at Mendina Bay, or whatever it's called, and it's very close to our neighbour here, which makes me feel a little bit nervous. I mean, it's okay when we swing away, but when we swing towards each other, it doesn't look great. Welcome to YouTube.
Is that an 8? GoPro 8, 9, 10?
No, this one's old. This is like a 7. It's not even waterproof anymore. It's got holes in the side of it.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is Bruce, a mate of ours from a few years back. We sailed around the Queensland coast with him, and we caught up with him here in Lombok. So you'll be seeing a little bit more of Bruce as we go on. So it's time to clean the bottom of the boat for two reasons. Not because she particularly needs it, but we're in a beautiful spot, it's lovely, and I'm hot. Can I have my fins please, my love? Thank you. So it doesn't look too bad down there. There's a little bit of growth, but you know, half an hour should have this job done.